Mahindra is a smart automotive player. Over 8 years ago, they bought a majority stake in SsangYong, the Korean-based automobile player, for approximately 2,100 crores. In 2016, Mahindra was able to turn the ailing Korean giant profitable for the first time in half a decade, and as of today, Mahindra holds almost 75% stake in SsangYong. The long-term strategy is also finally reaping benefits for them in India. The Alturas, a rebadged SsangYong Rexton, came in a few months back, and now this, the much-awaited XUV300, or the made-for-India SsangYong Tivoli. We like the way it looks, like a small SUV should be. It's wide, even wider than the Creta, and has an imposing front stance, and no matter how much people refer to as the Mahindra's Brezza, the on-road presence is massive. A lot has been spoken about the way it looks for the past few months, and hence we will not spend too much time talking about it here. What we do want to mention are the twin-stage DRLs, or the daytime running lights up front, that make you want to give it a second or even a third glance. And then there are these classy 17-inch diamond-cut alloy wheels that not only look stunning but also fill up the wheel arcs very well. The side profile also showcases the blacked out pillars, the roof rails, and the muscular arcs over the wheels. You also get extra bits of cladding around the doors. The rear of the XUV300 is something that takes time getting used to. The Tivoli, on which it is based, is about 4.2 meters in length, but in order to comply for the small car tax norms, Mahindra had to shave off the rear while maintaining the same wheelbase of 2.6 meters, which is segment best by the way. Along with cutting off that essential length, the XUV300 was also given a different rear design. It does bring out the best in terms of the width of the car, and the LED lights also look great once it gets dark outside. The one you see here is the top spec W8 option model with a contrasting white roof and a white spoiler as well. The XUV300 also sits quite high off the ground, and this, along with the wheels being positioned on the either ends of the car, gives it a proper butch stance. It's a job well done in terms of design. The cabin of the XUV300 is an interesting part as well. It remains almost similar to that of the Tivoli, and when we first saw the images, we were very impressed. However, at the media drive, we weren't all smiles once seated inside. We agree the doors open very wide and the ingress is easy, and there is a lot of space on offer, but the shortcoming here is the overall feel of the materials and plastics. The upper part of the fascia, for example, has a lot of hard plastics, and this will be disappointing for anyone putting over 13 or 14 lakh rupees on road. Mahindra could have added some soft touch materials at places. Likewise, the central fascia with all those buttons placed in a glossy black housing look a bit dated now. Apart from these shortcomings though, the XUV300's cabin will pamper you. As we said above, it's a wide car, so shoulder space up front is impressive. Ditto for the headroom for a 6 feet tall person. There are classy bits like the finish on the steering controls and the power window switches, which do look very premium. The leather seats feel rich, and up front, this car is feature loaded. From dual zone aircon to a feature-rich infotainment system, you also get a sunroof, a front armrest with massive storage space, smart entry with push button start, a rear camera with different modes, cruise control, and so on. The door pads are also generous in terms of storage space, though the front cup holders could be deeper and wider. Getting into the back is slightly more cumbersome than the front seats. However, once again, thanks to the width, the rear seats feel spacious. There is also enough knee room for tall passengers. Ditto for the seat comfort and the feel. The large door pads, the armrest, and the overall visibility are also good for rear passengers. That said, we are very surprised Mahindra has left out rear AC vents, which is a letdown given the huge cabin size of the vehicle. Even the half-price Santro offers this feature now. Likewise, no charging outlet here, which will be a pain point for kids while out on weekend drives. Headroom is just about perfect for a 6 feet tall person, and we are glad Mahindra is offering adjustable headrests for all 3 backseat passengers. The boot space now. As expected, due to the impressive passenger space, boot takes a hit. The official figure stands at 265 liters, and though the boot lip is high, there is just about enough space for 2 suitcases and a couple of small shoulder bags. A small price to pay for a big sub-4-meter SUV you see. The rear seats though get a 60-40 split and can be folded down. When you do this, you can lift off the boot base by a few inches, thereby making a long flat luggage space on the inside. Now one of the highlights of the XUV are the engines. Though the XUV300 is offered with a choice of both fuel types, we got to sample only the diesel one during the drive. Now this is the same 1.5 litre turbocharged diesel engine that powers the Marazzo, and though this one puts out 6 bhp less power, the power to weight ratio remains impressive. At 115 bhp and 300 Newton meters, the XUV300 diesel fares better than all its rivals and comes mated to a 6-speed manual gearbox. Sadly, no automatic is offered even with the petrol option. We are a big fan of this engine and were mighty impressed with the Marazzo during the drive last year. Thankfully, the enjoyment levels only go up north on this compact SUV. We will start with the NVH or the noise vibration harshness levels. Fire up the engine, and though the clatter filters into the cabin, vibrations are kept at bay. Slot into first and you appreciate the gear shift quality, and within minutes, the torque from the engine gets a smile on your face. You can potter in traffic at low revs all day long and yet pick up momentum without a fuss. The mid-range is ballistic, and even with a load of passengers and AC running, the XUV300 flies through traffic. For reference, the Brezza offers only 200 Nm of torque, the EcoSport 205 and the Nexon 260. This one has 300. The engine does not run out of breath even at higher revs. That said, the second and third gears are short for our liking. Pedal to metal, the first one will get you to over 40, second to 69 and third to 105. With a claim economy of 20, we got an easy 15 to 16 in our run during the media drive. Our grouse is that the driver info display does not show figures lower than 12 kmpl. Now power is nothing without control, and the XUV300 is a perfect example. Not only does this go fast, it handles well in the process. Now this one has the much talked about Smart Steer, which offers you 3 modes for the steering. Depending on the mode, the steering feel and the weight changes. But truth be told, it's more of an electronic gimmick than anything else, and we prefer to be left in the comfort mode. This makes piloting the XUV an easy affair. That said, if you want to have that extra control at triple-digit speeds or while flying through corners like Gaurav does, the sport mode works better. But most users will love the light steering in the comfort mode. Next, the suspension. It gives you the much needed control when you're going faster than required. While low-speed ride is on the stiffer side thanks to 17-inch wheels and you crash onto sharp undulations and potholes, as you go faster, this SUV behaves so much better. We drove a lot off the road in Goa, and soon this dark green color was wearing a layer of dust. And we were mighty impressed with the way it soaked up bad roads at higher speeds. The ESP or the Electronic Stability Program also keeps you safe, and you will end up pushing a lot more knowing this safety aid has your back. It's a shame this does not come with all-wheel drive. Now that would have made for a fantastic package. The XUV also gets disc brakes on all the 4 wheels. We did a lot of high-speed runs on the isolated roads of Vanda industrial area. Not only does the XUV get to 100 and beyond fast, it doesn't make you feel so till you look at the clocks. This is a trait found in larger and expensive cars. The maturity levels at highway speeds are excellent. It does not feel nervous or require constant driver inputs. In our opinion, the XUV300 will be a very good mild muncher. It behaves more like a mid-size SUV than a compact one. It's a good job in terms of dynamics. Now this one is a feature-packed SUV as well. We have mentioned this before, but we'll want to reiterate this. Mahindra is upping the game with 7 airbags, and we have a strong feeling this will come with a minimum of 4-star rating as per Bharat NCAP. Seatbelt reminders on all 4 seats and front parking sensors are a big step too. So are the disc brakes all around and a proper electronic stability control program. And then there are the heated outside mirrors, auto dimming inside mirror, auto headlamps, rain sensing wipers, leather seats, dual zone climate control, a TPMS or a tire pressure monitoring system, EcoSense function, smartwatch connectivity, rear camera, sunroof, cruise control, smart key, and so on. Mahindra is really spoiling customers here. At the same time though, we will repeat, omission of rear vents and charging outlet is a big no. So what is our verdict? We are mighty impressed. This one comes across as a young, dynamic and spirited sibling of the bigger XUV300. It is clearly a premium compact SUV and deserves to enjoy a premium in terms of pricing too. And why not? It looks good, rides well and drives even better. It won't be wrong to say that the XUV300 will even steal away customers from Nissan and Hyundai showrooms. Those looking at an entry-level Kicks or the Creta will be tempted to look at the mid-level or the higher spec version of the XUV300. Killing two birds with one stone? Definitely. The XUV300 is available in 4 trims of W4, W6, W8 and W8 optional. Prices start at 7.9 lakh rupees for the petrol lineup and 8.5 lakh rupees for the diesel range. Mahindra claims they got over 13,000 bookings within a month of the SUV's launch. Good enough? What do you think about the XUV300? Let us know in the comment section below guys, and to watch such videos, you know what to do, subscribe to our channel.